Hello everyone. Welcome to our presentation. Today we're going to explore Mega Goal 2.1, focusing on Unit 4, TV around the world. This is the first slide, so I want to start by saying how excited I am to share this topic with you. We'll look at how television is viewed and enjoyed in different countries, and what makes each culture's TV unique. Over the next few slides, we'll cover key concepts, interesting facts, and some engaging examples. So, let's get started and enjoy the journey around the world of television. Today, we'll focus on understanding the main idea of each paragraph in the text. This helps us grasp the overall message more clearly. Next, we'll look into the meaning of new words that might be unfamiliar, which is essential for building our vocabulary. After that, we'll answer some questions related to the text to check our comprehension and think more deeply about the content. We'll also practice reading for specific information, honing our ability to find details quickly and accurately. Lastly, we'll work on matching inventors to their inventions, which will help us connect key figures with their contributions. These objectives will guide our learning today and tie into the broader theme of understanding and analyzing texts effectively. TV has many attractive shows that draw in viewers from all walks of life. These programs are designed to capture our attention and keep us engaged. But more than just entertainment, TV also serves as a means of providing information, keeping us informed about current events and various topics. It's a valuable resource of news that helps us stay connected to the world around us. So the question is, why is TV so popular? Well, it combines entertainment and information in a way that's easily accessible and convenient. It's constantly evolving to meet our needs, making it a central part of our daily lives. So let's explore the origins of television by asking some key questions. First, who invented it? Well, television was the result of many inventors' work over the years, but a crucial figure is John Logie Baird, who is often credited with creating the first working television system. Moving on, how was it invented? The development involved combining innovations in electrical engineering, image transmission, and signal processing. Essentially, a lot of experimentation and collaboration across different fields. Now, where was television invented? Most notably, it was developed in the United Kingdom and the United States, where pioneering engineers and scientists pushed the technology forward. When was it invented? The first televised images appeared in the 1920s, with regular broadcasts beginning in the 1930s and 1940s, marking the start of a new era in communication. And finally, how much do you really know about TV? It's more than just a device. It's a medium that has transformed entertainment, news, and culture worldwide. Understanding its history helps us appreciate how far we've come and how vital this invention is to our daily lives. Let's take a closer look at the slide. We start with a sequence of numbers from 10 down to 1, which might seem simple, but it actually sets the stage for understanding the progression of television technology. Each number can represent a milestone or a step in the evolution of TV. Next, we see the number 10 again, followed by smaller numbers like 9, 8, and so on, down to 1. This visual could symbolize the timeline of television development, showing how far we've come from early experiments to modern high-definition broadcasts. The slide also prompts us to think about the role of a cameraman or director. Both are crucial in shaping what we see on screen, controlling the visuals and storytelling. Their work is essential in creating engaging television content. Then there's a question about what the pictures show. Although not visible here, we can imagine they depict different eras or key moments in television history. Perhaps old sets, iconic broadcasts, or technological innovations. The main focus of this slide is a brief overview of the history of television. It's important to recognize how television has evolved from simple mechanical devices to complex digital systems that connect us worldwide. The title of the slide emphasizes this historical journey, guiding us through the key developments and milestones that have shaped modern TV. We also note that there are 10 paragraphs in total, each potentially covering different aspects of this history, from technological breakthroughs to cultural impacts. Understanding this progression helps us appreciate the incredible advancements that have made television such a powerful medium today. It connects to our overall theme by highlighting innovation, storytelling, and the way technology transforms communication over time. Was TV invented by a single person? That's a common question, and it's actually more complicated than it might seem. When we look at the development of television, it wasn't the work of just one individual. Instead, it involved many inventors and scientists over several decades. Each of them contributed different ideas, innovations, and improvements that eventually led to the TV we know today. So, rather than thinking of it as a single breakthrough by one person, it's more accurate to see it as a collaborative, evolving process. This highlights how technological progress often depends on the collective efforts of many minds working toward a common goal. Let's take a closer look at some of the early technologies that paved the way for modern television. First, we have Nipkow's rotating discs. These discs were an innovative mechanical system that used spinning holes to scan images and transmit them, an important step in the development of TV technology. Next, we see the cathode ray tube, or CRT. This was a significant advancement because it allowed us to display images electronically on a screen, leading to the more practical and high-quality TVs we're familiar with today. Now, you might be wondering, what are the TV systems mentioned throughout this discussion? Well, they include various approaches like mechanical systems, electronic systems, and hybrid models that emerged over time. And speaking of different approaches, how many schools of thought are there in the technology behind television? There are generally two main schools of thought. Some focused on mechanical scanning, like Nipkow's disc, while others emphasized electronic methods, such as the cathode ray tube. Understanding these different systems helps us appreciate how television evolved from simple mechanical devices to sophisticated electronic systems, shaping the way we receive visual entertainment today. So on this slide, we're looking at Nipkow's scanning principle. What did Nipkow actually discover? Well, he developed a method that used a spinning disc with a series of holes arranged in a spiral pattern. This disc could scan an image line by line, converting the visual information into a series of electrical signals. Essentially, Nipkow's discovery laid the groundwork for mechanical television. It was a crucial step because it allowed moving images to be transmitted and received, even if in a very primitive form. This principle is fundamental to understanding how early television technology evolved, connecting the idea of scanning images in a systematic way. So, Nipkow's work was really about turning visual images into signals that could be sent over a wire, paving the way for future innovations in broadcast technology. Now, let's take a closer look at Philo's dissector tube. This device was crucial in early experiments involving the transmission of signals. Essentially, it was used to detect and analyze electrical currents, helping scientists understand how signals moved through different media. The main idea here is that Philo's dissector tube allowed us to observe electrical phenomena more clearly, which was a big step forward in the development of communication technology. This ties into our overall theme of innovation in understanding electrical signals, showing how these foundational tools paved the way for modern electronics. So, in essence, the dissector tube was a key instrument that helped unlock the secrets of electrical transmission, bringing us closer to the sophisticated systems we rely on today. Let's take a closer look at Vladimir Zworykin, a key figure in the development of television technology. Zworykin was an engineer and inventor whose work laid the foundation for modern television. One of his most significant contributions was the development of the iconoscope, an early television camera tube that made image capturing possible. This invention was crucial because it allowed for the transmission of visual signals in a way that was reliable and practical. Zworykin's innovations didn't stop there. He also worked on the kinescope, which was essentially the television receiver or display. His efforts helped bridge the gap between early experimental broadcasts and the commercial television we know today. Overall, Zworykin's main idea was to improve the methods of capturing and displaying images electronically, enabling the television to become a household device. His work connected directly to the broader theme of technological innovation in communication, transforming how we share and access information visually. Now, let's take a closer look at John Baird. As a key figure in this discussion, his role helps us understand the broader context of the topic. Baird's contributions highlight the importance of strategic decision-making and leadership. When we analyze his actions and policies, we see how individual influence can shape larger outcomes. Remember, this ties back to our overall theme of leadership and impact within this field. So, as we go through his example, think about how these principles apply to the bigger picture we've been exploring. Let's take a closer look at Vladimir Zworykin, a key figure in the development of television technology. He was an inventor and engineer whose work was instrumental in shaping the modern television we know today. Zworykin is best known for inventing the iconoscope, which was a crucial early television camera tube, and the kinescope, the early cathode ray tube used to display images. His innovations helped bridge the gap between radio and television broadcasting, making TV a practical and popular medium. Overall, Zworykin's contributions exemplify how technical ingenuity can revolutionize communication and entertainment, aligning perfectly with our overall theme of technological advancement transforming society. So, here we have Louis W. Parker raising an interesting question. Would TVs without an intercarrier sound system be cheaper? Essentially, he's prompting us to think about the impact of certain features on the overall cost of television sets. If the sound system isn't integrated, could manufacturers save money and pass those savings on to consumers? It's a good point to consider, especially as we look at how technology features influence pricing. This ties into the broader theme of the presentation, understanding how different technological choices can affect both the production costs and the consumer prices of electronics. So, by questioning whether removing this feature could lower costs, Parker encourages us to think about the balance between feature richness and affordability. So, let's talk about the plasma TV. What is the main point of this paragraph? Well, it highlights the significance of plasma TVs in the evolution of display technology. These TVs were once considered revolutionary because they offered vibrant colors and wide viewing angles, making them a popular choice for many households. The paragraph emphasizes how plasma screens utilize small cells filled with gas that emit light when energized, which allows for deep blacks and high contrast ratios. This technology played a crucial role in pushing the limits of picture quality at the time. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding plasma TVs helps us appreciate how display innovations have shaped the way we consume visual media today. So, when we look at the early development of television, there were two main schools of thought. One was Paul Nipkow's idea of rotating discs, which was an innovative mechanical approach. The other, developed independently, involved the cathode ray tube, an idea that was pursued by Campbell Swinton and Rosing. Now, an interesting milestone here is that someone managed to transmit a dollar sign using a dissector tube. This was a significant proof of concept, demonstrating the potential for transmitting images electronically, not just static symbols. Additionally, the earliest proposal for color television actually dates back to 1904, which shows how forward-thinking these inventors were, even before color TV became a reality. But here's a common misconception. Many people don't connect the television set with the cathode ray tube itself. They see the TV as a device, but it's the cathode ray tube inside that was crucial for image display. Finally, a key figure in making television more accessible and affordable was someone who made significant contributions toward cost reduction. His work helped bring televisions into more homes, turning what was once a luxury into a common household item. All of these developments tie back to the overall story of how television evolved from early ideas into the technology we know today. Let's take a closer look at how early television systems evolved. One of the key innovations was the ability to analyze and transmit small portions of an image, which laid the foundation for all modern electronic televisions. This breakthrough made it possible to broadcast moving images, which was a huge step forward. the first televised pictures of objects in motion marked a significant milestone, showing that television could go beyond static images. These early experiments demonstrated a system that included many features we now consider standard in modern television. Without these innovations, televisions would have remained prohibitively expensive and limited in capability. One of the earliest devices was the Nipkow disc, invented by Paul Nipkow, which mechanically scanned images. Other important components included the dissector tube and the iconoscope, which were early electronic camera tubes that improved image quality and transmission. The mechanical television system relied heavily on devices like the Nipkow disc, but electronic systems eventually took over. The intercarrier sound system was another critical development, allowing audio to be transmitted alongside video, greatly enhancing the viewer experience. Key figures in this history include Paul Nipkow, Philo Farnsworth, John Baird, and Vladimir Zworykin, each contributing vital inventions and ideas. Looking at the timeline, Louis W. Parker, born in 1884, made early contributions around 1918. By 1924, significant advancements were achieved, culminating in television systems around 1929 and beyond. By 1948, television had become more widespread, thanks to these pioneering efforts. All these innovations and inventors played a crucial role in shaping the TV technology we rely on today. All right, let's take a look at the workbook, specifically page 253. Exercise I. This part is really important because it helps us reinforce what we've learned and apply it in a practical way. When you go through this exercise, focus on understanding the key concepts we've discussed so far. Think about how these ideas connect to the bigger picture of the presentation. It's not just about completing the task, but really internalizing the principles behind it. Remember, engaging deeply with this exercise will strengthen your grasp of the material and improve your overall understanding. So, take your time, stay focused, and see how these concepts come together in this practical application.